We've been excavating the bog over here, and we turned up a lot of good stuff. This is subfossil wood. Kind of looks like a gator, don't it? But as rough as it looks, it's hard as a nail. It's so solid it won't float. It's beautiful. It's translucent. And heavy. Check this out. Now I cleaned this one up. It looked like this. A lot of them come up burnt. Like some catastrophe had happened, some kind of cataclysmic impact event. Cut a window in it. You see how little this is? This is only 4 or 5 inches. There's 50 growth rings right there. It's pretty amazing. And as you can tell, pointed. It's heavy. It weighs about 25 pounds. And it's subfossil wood and may very well have been what the early peoples used to get their big game with. I mean, all kind of pointed implements of destruction here. Do you believe this is cypress root? Sharp stick in the eye, anybody? Hope you can see this. Alright, it's a pointed stick. Very pointed. Very strong. Subfossil wood. It's almost as hard as a rock. Got an end on it there. You can very well fling that thing and do quite a bit of damage to whatever you hit. Of course, if that don't work, try this. Would you look at this? I believe this is a thrust spear. You know? Oh, look out. Here comes a woolly mammoth now. You take your thrust spear and one that's either the biggest or has the biggest balls. You're gonna run up there and stick this in the belly of that mammoth. Huh? It's heavy. It's so heavy it won't float. All this came from the bottom of the bog. And tell it's sharp. It's been sharpened there. It's been heat treated. Pretty special piece here. Now, More heavy stuff. I mean, look at this. What else you gonna do with this except jab a woolly mammoth with it? Huh? Look at that thing. Got 2 spurs on it. Solid as a rock. You can take it and plant it in the ground at an angle. Oh, here comes another woolly mammoth. You and your buddies herd them into a corral with a bunch of these sticking up or over an edge. You got dinner. Like this one. This is very, very cool. Very, very sharp. Very, very strong. You can tell it's been carved. And I do believe this is either a cypress knee or cypress root. But anyways, I wouldn't want to get jabbed by that. Let's see. Take a brief interlude to say hello to my man here. You see him there. He's pretty unique. You know, there was an extra large Indian chief around here about 500 years ago when DeSoto marched through here. And the damn chief was so heavy that he couldn't walk. And he had to have his Indians carry him around. And I bet you that. Well, I won't bet you. Because I don't know, but there's a resemblance to a fat Indian chief. Pardon my earlier there. Again. Got us double pointed. This thing is about twice the size when I pulled it out of the bottom of the bog, and it's just shrunk. But anyways, I do believe, you can tell it's been carved. I do believe that this double pointed stick is a throwing stick. You can take this like a throwing knife. It feels right. It feels like it's aerodynamic. It feels right in your hand. It feels like it would let go quick. I feel like you got a rabbit, or you got a bird for lunch with that. You know, there's a lot of this subfossil wood comes from the bottom of the bog, right? When I was digging, I saw a little structure down there, a little wooden hut. This is a piece of a board off it. You can tell. You know, it was split. They split it. Made board. It's a board. And this is a very fine piece. Off from the bottom of the bog. Guess what it is? Kind of looks like a torpedo, don't it? Or a submarine. I'm betting. Well, I don't bet you because I don't know. But it feels like. And this is so heavy, the subfossil wood does not float. You can take this thing, fling it in the pond like a throwing knife, flip around. You got a tuna sandwich. Check it out. You know this section right here? This is a branch attachment here where a branch would attach to either another branch or to the trunk of a tree. That's the inside of it right there. And they used, it seems like the ancient carpenter that's been whittling on these pieces of wood knew damn well that this is the hardest part of a tree. Right, right, right where the tree, right where the branch meets another branch or a trunk, and you can tell it's got to be reinforced, to be able to hold that limb growing out. And same with this. This even looks like you put a dart on the end of this and be a throwing stick. It also could be a dagger. And point. This is very cool. Guess what this puppy is? And I'm only guessing. I'll give you some time. It took me a while. Okay. Have you guessed what it is yet? Notice this point right here and whittle down, and it's got almost looking like a spoke shave right there. Got it? Okay, I'll tell you what. You think about it, what it could possibly be, and we'll get back to you. Might as well show this one too, because this one is, I reckon, similar but different to the last piece. Notice it's got a point on there. It's been burnt and heat treated. Pardon. Very cool looking stuff. Most of it's been coming out burnt. So, this is similar but different to that last piece, and you're supposed to guess what it is. Guessed yet? We'll be back to you. Let's see what we got. I don't know if you can see it, but right in there is a piece of flint. Looks like somebody been chopping on this thing. Chopping, 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 chopping. And a piece of their chopper broke off in there. So the early peoples was here. They was working on the subfossil wood. I don't know if it was subfossil wood at the time they was working on it, but I think it was, because they knew it was strong and durable. Most durable wood I've ever seen in my life. It's incredible. It's subfossil wood is it's not a fossil, but it's almost. It's like it's on its way. It's like it's in training. So hard as a rock, very heavy. This could be a throwing stick. Could be what you call a gunstock spear, a gunstock club. You ever heard of that? A gunstock club. Is after the DeSoto came through there and showed off all their guns, the Indians tried to mimic them in some way, possess the power that they had, the Spanish had. They made their own guns, or what looked like a gun. And here's another branch attachment. Strong stuff right there. Can't beat it. Let's see what else we got in our big bag of goodies. Oh, now this is heavy. Let's pull this one out of the water. Bottom of the bog there. It was saturated. Does not float. Look, it's got little burn spots on it. There and there. You can tell that was chopped. Looked like it was chopped with a rock to me. And this is very cool. Look at him. Look at this dude. Huh? What you gonna do with this piece of wood? It's solid as a rock. Very heavy. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want nobody coming out the woods throwing it at me. That's for sure. It's got a sharp point. This could have been longer at one time. Could have been a hoe. That burn spot right there, that's a good old burn spot there. It burned into good. I don't know if that was heat, intentional by heat treat, or some kind of cataclysmic event happened and the whole sky caught fire and everything on earth burned. Don't know, I wasn't there. But this thing is very cool. Nice hole there. Again, if you was to become face to face or face to snout with a woolly mammoth, you'd want one of these in your hand. Oh, this is very cool. I don't know if I mentioned that other one. That last one looked like a submarine. I meant to say it was aquadynamic. You throw it in the water. This one could shape like a boat, actually. And if you throw it, it's got a wing on the back. And it feels good to throw too, just like a throwing knife. I'm gonna throw this one. We'll make a replica. But that there could have been in the toolbox of the early peoples, and it would have been quite an effective throwing spear, throwing stick. Very hard as a rock. You got this. This is very cool. Hope you can see this. This looks like a core that they were working on. Somebody was working on a long time ago before something happened. And look at the unique part about this. Can you see? Can you see in the mid? Look at the middle one here. There's 3 of them. All right, this middle one here. Check it out. Look at the way it's shaped. It looks like to me this fellow's trying to cut him out a knife. And this is the middle section was going to be the knife. And he's going to cut back some and leave a handle on it. And it's subfossil wood, so this stuff can be sharpened to a very fine point that will cut paper. So I think this kind of indicates that they did make knives out of subfossil wood. And we're gonna make some. We're gonna make some too out of this wood. Not this wood, but some of this wood. We're gonna make a replica of this knife, and we're gonna finish it with a handle on it. It's gonna be one piece, blade and a handle, and it'll be sharp. Betcha. Of course, this is cool. More sharp sticks for the eye. Oh yeah, hey, look here. Might be able to see it in this one better. Right there. Can you see it? Another piece of flint. Excuse me. Alright. Another piece of flint right there. They've been chopping with a stone axe. Obviously. Because I'm finding a lot. Well, not a lot, but I found some other wood that has rocks in it. I just don't know if you can see it. But anyways, it's right there. I'll take a better picture of it. Hey! Check this out. You know that the early peoples, when the dude DeSoto come through here, and he came right through here, I bet you, because I'm finding some DeSoto stuff. There's a one of the chronicles wrote about DeSoto. One of the entries in the journal was that there was an Indian with a broadsword made of wood in Georgia. I mean, I ain't saying this is the sword, but they did make wooden swords. It looks like it's been used a bit. Been used and abused. It's been at the bottom of the bog for how many hundreds of years? I don't know. I wish somebody would help me with that. But it came from the bottom of the bog, so that's why it's still here. It's preserved. It's a subfossil wood. It's very cool stuff. Like I say, it's still pretty sharp. You see? But I bet you it was a lot sharper. And a lot longer. And it could have done some damage. Well, oh yes, this is one of the first pieces I found here. This is nice here. When we excavating this bog here for a stormwater retention pond. This was perfectly straight one time when it come out, but it's been warping. But look how beautiful this piece is. It's heavy. I mean, it's real heavy. It will not float. It's been carved. It's pointed. And I do believe if you wanted to, you could just about take somebody's head off of this thing. Like this, for sure. Pow! This is a hell of a damn bunk. This, buddy. Maybe it was curved like that when I got it. Maybe it's designed like that. But check it out. Of course, the Neanderthal is probably a lot bigger and stronger than I am. But this, flung at a mastodon, buffalo, will hurt. The animal will know he got hit by something. So you better watch out. You better trust your buddies. Yes, sir. It's a very, very fine piece. Do you believe this is a spear? Short spear. Throwing spear. Definitely not a thrust spear. Getting too close. But it would work very well. Very strong. Check it out. Well, let's see what we got here. Look at this. I mean, every piece is extremely remarkable. I mean, I hit the jackpot. Would you look at this subfossil wood? I do believe this is a cypress knee that's been carved. Starting to split right there. She's been carved to a point, but there's still some bark on here. I'm telling you, this thing is very heavy, does not float. Quite remarkable indeed. Now, I can't do much with this thing because it weighs about 20 pounds. So I ain't sure. But we'll find out. Okay. So yeah, we got everything here. Just check it out. Another one kind of like last one. Pointing stick. I do believe it's cypress knee as well. Look at these twists in there. You can tell where it's been heat treated. And carved. So I started thinking. A lot of them got hollowed out the back. You see? Like this one. Look at this fine piece. Look at this. That's a hell of a weapon. Huh? This got weight 25 pounds, does not float, solid as a rock. And carved to where it looks like, if that was sharp, and it is, that jabbed in you. Or the mastodon. It would A, start off with a big old gash. The further you got it up in there, the harder it's gonna get to get it out of these ridges on it. And you know what? It's heavy. And I'd say you're a darn fool if you could go up there and run up and jab that woolly mammoth just like this. You're gonna need something else. Stick. Stick came from the bottom of the bog. No magic tricks here. Now what you gonna do, Mr. Woolly Mammoth? I've got your ass. Me and my buddies, we got these big old heavy ass jabbers. And I'm gonna run up behind you with my spear. It's about to hurt my back holding this thing up. And I'm gonna jab you. Right there. And then, I'm gonna back up. Taking my stick with me. And you can have this for a little while. Till about supper time. Oh, yeah, I can't pick this up. I'm getting old. Look at that. Look at that. Look how small that is. It's just 5 inches. There's 77 tree rings right there. That to me is amazing. That's why I think it's a cypress knee. But it is heavy. It's pointed, and it would do some damage if it was to start jabbing things. It's pretty too. Still got some bark. Still got some bark, and the bark is burnt. You see the bark? Burnt bark? Look at that. When it gets over to here, got your nice gap right there where it goes away. However they used it, I guess they could have jabbed, or could have been a jabber in training. And then this one, we're gonna take a break with this one. Another fine piece. And I do believe look at this stick. The bottom of the bog. Look at them cool ridges in there from how old it is and stuff. The way it was cut. The way it was cut. You see that? Right there. Very cool. Some kind of chopper. Chopper there. Yeah. Oh, what's that over there? A buffalo. Coffee. I'm getting hungry. How about you? Wonk wonk. Be hungry. Check it out. If I can get this thing down here. Same idea. You got your point. You run up, you jab it. Bam. Pops off. It's stuck in the animal. And it's gonna be a while. I mean, look at the design. The way it's almost kind of like a corkscrew. Where you stick it in there and it screws in there. Flesh. It screws in there. I don't know. But it's been heat treated. Drop it to a point. Very heavy, will not float. Fits on a stick.